Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. I am now on the third time of recording this video, which is, it's delayed me 2 hours and I was already delayed in getting a lot of other content covered as is, but we're going to get into it. XP, Refined XP. Why I've had to record this several times is that things keep changing. New things keep being added to stuff. There's new refined XP going into spending options, which I didn't know about until about, say, 30 minutes ago when I had the first version out. So, where do we begin? So there's two things to cover that are not related to this but are relevant in any case. Number one is you've probably noticed there's no Autumn of Agony. If it randomly appears, it randomly appears. I think that Kabam are not posting it or not doing it because of the way that it's dropping. Like, it's 2 weeks from now is Christmas Day. Do we think Kabam are going to work Christmas Day to launch the next Autumn of Agony? No. If they delay it a week, it's launching on New Year's Day. Do they want to do that? No. When will it launch? Your guess is as good as mine. It probably will be a case. Whilst I'm doing it, I might as well just like reset my reset whilst I'm making a video. It'll probably be there, knowing my luck. But let's talk about Refined XP, as there's been a little shift in it, and also some questions around the volume to take home, also achieving the next level, and also what's in the level. Okay, good-o. It's the Autumn of Agony is not there. Right. You've probably seen in-game that under the Summoner level, from 60 upwards, there is upwards to 65 with the Mystery around 66. These levels have some interesting things in them, but they have some things with questions. The questions are, what the heck's an item capacity upgrade for something to 15? Not 15, sorry, for 48. Well, what item? Is that something to do with, I know, one thing or another? Item capacity upgrade for 20 for two things there. What's that? What's that all about? What's that particular thing? Is item capacity 30 right there for revives and health potions? Or a type of revive? I hope it is. I really would love to see that, especially for those that are non-spending. Yeah, give the Summoner Sigil something, because obviously you've got to spend on a monthly basis. Of course, the new upgrade's coming in with that at some point. But, as I've said before, when I've done what I'd like to see from a level cap increase is I'd love to see Express Arena mode be kind of spread out for everybody, and new features be given to the Summoner Sigil, because effectively it's kind of redundant for a lot of people that buy the Summoner Sigil but don't do Arena. Now, I'm a non-spending player, but I do Arena, or I will do more Arena once my new situation's been sorted out in the new year for what I'm doing work-wise. So I have a lot more time to devote to making videos, making better guides, and live streaming, which has always been something that I've wanted to return back to for the last 1.5 years. But more on that with the RichTheMan roadmap at the end of the year. So, we've got Ultron Classic there. We've got a load of units in some of the various levels. We've got these kind of mystery upgrades. And of course, we've got Energy Rise. Energy Rise is up to 72 at level 64 from 71 at level 62. Okay, nice to see some upgrades. Well done, Kabam. It's nice to see with it. There's, of course, the question of how do you get up further levels? Well, there's some really weird stuff going on at the moment. Okay, what's the weird stuff about it? If you click on these Refined XP, we'll talk about volumes totals in a minute. We'll also talk about how to achieve the next level. But read it. How does it read to you? To me, it reads, awards the equivalent of 1000 XP, not affected by XP boosts. So to me, that says, per every one Refined XP, that's 1000. So that right there is 1000. Is 1000 times 1800, which is 1.8 mil. That's how that reads to me. But does it read the same to you? Because it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, 1800 XP is worth 1000 XP. That doesn't sound like it makes sense at all. But 1800 times whatever Refined XP is, so 1.8 mil, seems right. From a super daily event perspective, what you do on a daily basis, and by the way, if you're a Valiant player, make sure to do this. If you are of a lower progression, make sure to do this as well, because it will cost you to get up those further levels. And of course, those further levels give things like mastery points at a later date, or one mastery point at a later date, which of course is going to be effective for you to kind of spread out your masteries and get more powerful champions, giving you a bit of an edge, you know, and also keeping up to date with stuff, which I think is the most important thing in MCOC, and a lot of the struggles that free to play have nowadays is to keep up to date and caught up with the top spenders. So the Super Daily event gives 1000 XP per day. Sorry, 1000 XP times 1000 XP. If we get that right. To get more of them, Kabam said in the live stream that there would be Valiant Super Daily event Q1 2025 and Endgame content Q1 2025. But there's stuff that they didn't say that has come into game. They also said that, of course, farming a bit, you know, give or take that, one level every 2 months. But of course, how you achieve that is going to be the next thing, isn't it? That's the thing that concerns me and gives me some questions. So I've done milestone 1, which you can see up there, and I've got XP. That particular XP is a value of, I should have just quickly totaled that, what the XP volume was with it. So we get 1,500 times, so that's 15. Is that 15? No, 150,000. There's 150,000 there. So that 150,000 is not enough to move my meter. So right at the very top where it says rich, I'll get an out. Don't worry. Hey, I'll help you out. Right up there. It's not. There's nothing to move the meter. You don't know how much points are to what you. How many XP points are to what you get with the bar moving, because at the moment the bar ain't moving. I ain't moving the bar. I'm not a needle pusher mover thing. So what's next? Well, how many points can you get? How much XP can you get a day, right? Well, I've done some kind of rough calculations. By the way, this does not include spenders. We'll come on to something that's just happened. This is why I've had to delay this and like redo this video several times, and it's so late. And you're probably wondering, Rich, you should have uploaded something by now. Yeah, damn right I should have done. So Paragon Gauntlet, because you have to do that, 1.8 mil per month. 10,000 XP in Super Daily, of course, to do it daily. That's actually more than that. It's not 10,000 XP actually. Actually, it's 100,000 XP. Was it? No, it's 1 mil. 1 mil XP. 1 mil XP per day. Because how do we work that out? Well, it is 1,000 times 1,000 equals 1 million. Because you get 1,000 XP in Super Daily. If you're Valiant. Elsewhere, you have to spend to get up there. And the rough estimates of things are like 31 days, Super Daily event is 31 mil plus the Paragon Gauntlet is 49 mil per month. Per year, 588 mil. Per level rise, 150 mil. We'll go back to why that's a theory in a moment. Because Kabam are only giving us up to level 65. So the process, and they say every 2 months. But there's just questions. I really wish Kabam would kind of put a bit of a, like, okay, this is the points XP threshold to get it and how it works. Because a lot of us, including myself, there's unknowns. We can theorize and look at stuff that's the factual stuff, which is the points you get on a daily basis and a weekly basis. But then you throw into the equation the tests of. Like, the tests of Valiant. Look, I've got XP. Look at that. Look at all that extra XP that you get right there. That's a lot more. So you can spend your way to get to levels quicker. There you go. Of course, I give something a bit more interesting and unfortunately puts a bit more value to you picking up the, what is it called? Summoner Sigil. Am I spending any time soon? No, I'm sticking with you free to play lot. We're gonna try and do this in a free to play particular grind. I just wanted to, whilst I've got the opportunity to, is to just get a bit of a quick sum as to how much extra per day. Yeah, it's per week. It's 1.8 billion. So if we go with 1,800 what is that? 1,000, 1,800 times, well, we'll go for 7,200 times 1,000. An extra 7.2 mil a month times 12. An extra 86 million points per year. So that's 588 total. So maybe spenders are going to get that opportunity to get there before non-spenders. Unless there's a way that you kind of do it where you have to go like, I don't know, do some end-game content, which we still don't know about. This has been a very bizarre thing. Like I've had, as I said, I wanted to make sure we had as much information as possible to go on, and unfortunately that is the case. We do have as much. At this point we have as much information as possible. The extra information we need is, well, what about the take home of points? So a very interesting thread, I'll put a link to in the description, popped up, and Bendy actually gave us a bit of an indication. You can actually go to the game center. I tried this, it didn't work, but you can find out how much XP you have in game, which he puts 15.3 mil. Now that could have been after the Super Daily or before that. So look at that gain. We're talking like we go from, if it was to get up to level 60, about 15 mil or 14 mil, whatever, because say he's done Super Daily, it would have been, he would have been on about 14.3 mil, possibly. And then it's obviously the 15 mil, was 1 mil on that one. But it may not actually work out the same kind of way, because here's a good example. There's like a threshold for it. Like it's pretty real. Like this is 12 mil, 12.5 mil. This is, I think, a lower account has this because this is earning the old XP. So there's now a limit of, is that 10 billion? Is that 10 billion or 10 trillion? 6 zeros, 9 zeros. Yeah, it could be 10. It could be 10 billion or 10 trillion. I'll go with 10 billion. Let's go with 10 billion. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to question myself. I've had enough. I want to get this video done and out. But it gives a bit of a perspective of what is coming in the future. We don't know normally what is going on with it. You just know there's a lot to get when it comes to points, and you can spend your way to get there beforehand, it seems. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Put it in the comments. And yeah, scary stuff to come, but we've got to work for it. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.